Welcome back. Well, the way this is turning out, for those who are beginning to introspect, I think with that introspection perhaps comes restitution. Because if they look through and say, the law is, if you graduate before 30, you have to serve. You have to present yourself to the NYSC and not just go get a certificate somewhere that somebody gets to you and then you take it as though you have presented yourself. They're two different things. But the way it is now, if someone is in public office, private sector, a politician, and he's looking through his documents to see if he's not on the right side of the law, to some extent it's too late. Because they're way beyond 29. And if they didn't present themselves to serve, if they're already in public office now, that particular circumstance, I think the best thing they can do now is to just step aside.
No, resign and go to do youth corps.
If they're over 29?
No.
Sorry, if they're over 30?
No, you're missing the point here. The point here is, I graduated at 23. Let us imagine when I graduated, I went into private business, and I said, for life, I'm going to do my business, so I don't need youth service. And all of a sudden, the president says, hey, I want to make you my minister, or there's a possibility that you're going to go into government. What I need to do is, excuse me, sir, I have not served. Can you defer this for another year? Let me go and serve. The law does not say that, okay, you haven't served, and so you step aside. You must serve.
So the person is, you need to present yourself.
You have to serve.
First of all.
Before you can get into government or work in a private sector.
So who determines how you get an exemption? Can the NYSC
on
its own arbitrarily decide
I don't want
you deserve an exemption?
I don't want to be quoted here, but when this happened, I read a part of the law, I think, and we can check that. The president has the right to exclude you, but it is so slim a right that it is granted only unto the president. I hope I'm right. But in this case, in this particular case, she had worked elsewhere. She had worked at two private companies in Nigeria, I think. She's worked with the Ogun State government, and then she's gone to federal. So a lot of assumptions back to the beginning must have occurred. Oh, if she's worked in that place, NYSC must be...
Sorry, the thing about that is, what I was trying to point out is, when NYSC say you have to present yourself, it doesn't have to be through proxy.
You can't. No, you present yourself. When we were doing youth service, the university or the place you graduated from presented you. A list was simply sent to NYSC, and we waited to get assigned. Now, a portal is opened. In our own case, we didn't have a choice of, oh, I'll do it in 2 years' time, or I'll do it in 3 years' time. If you wanted to defer, you had to go to NYSC to ask for that
no
deferment.
Proxies.
No proxies. But now they open a portal. There are children who would come now, they just graduated, and they say, look, I want to wait another year before I face youth corps. You have a choice, because you then have to present yourself now. You have to register yourself.
Even if they're 35.
Even if you're 100 years old, but you graduated before 30. At 29, half a minute to 30, you graduate, and your certificate says that, you serve.
So what's back to
Except,
the question,
of course, I think youth corps started in 1979.
Yeah.
Of course, if you graduated before 1979,
it's a different
and you have not brought yourself back to Nigeria, it's a different thing.
So
you don't serve.
What you're saying now, back to Chamberlain's question, I mean, a lot of people in government right now or in public service
are sweating.
Might have to resign and go back if we're going by this.
Yes. But no, you see, there's nobody who would be in government and not present a certificate. What we're saying now is...
If they check and find out that it's not
they have to go and do youth corps.
Unless,
then leave the office.
Or would the president now grant a waiver
No, you leave the office. You resign. You resign and go to do youth corps.
First of all, they should resign for not too young to run people. Then they should go.
They resign.
The other side of it is,
yes,
who would take the time? Or if I check my certificate right now, I did serve. I served in Kirby. So if I check my certificate and discover that it's fake, I mean, I'm the one that checked. Nobody else has checked.
You have to go to NYSC to check it.
Yes.
So who would take the time? Would the NYSC take the time to check again and ensure that everybody in...
No, but you know Nigeria now. There'll be pandemonium at the NYSC office for another 1 month. Companies are going to demand certificates. Ministries are going to demand for certificates. I'm sure some kind of operation, show your certificate will...
The media will have a role to play there. We need to begin to look into all of those politicians who have submitted documents and find out whether or not they're genuine.
The portal, the NYSC portal.
I'm not talking, but another one is brewing. That's what we're told.
Okay. But
yes.
When we look at all of these things, with all these fake documents, allegations of fake documents around, what does that say of the ease of acquiring some of these government documents? I have someone who tweeted here that, okay, you want to pay, you go to customs to get a document, and you get a document, you go to the bank, you pay, you come out to the customs office, they give you a document. As you're stepping out of the customs office, another customs official comes to tell you that document you're holding is fake, and you have to start all over again. That's someone just tweeted that thing here. Question is this: the ease of acquiring some of these government documents, how easy is it? Driver's license?
None is easy. None is easy.
And that doesn't make one excusable.
Yeah. But it's the price we have to pay for the time that we are in now. I go to sort out mine because I know it is the root of all evils. I go to sort out mine. I'm very fussy about certain things. So why shouldn't anybody be fussy? Nothing is easy here. If Buhari was going to give all of us $1 million and we had to queue from Lagos to Abuja, we would queue. It's the country we're in, and we have to live it. You know, for now we've got to live it. Everybody should do the needful. Even if look, if quality people like you and me go to driver's licenses office, go to collect our passport, and we're talking every day and tweeting every day and talking about it, something will happen. But because we live it, and the people there are used to us living it, and there are agents. Do you understand? Even for companies who work in this country, you get to the airport, you don't see the people traveling. You see the representative. Yeah. They come back, they leave their boxes. You see their representatives. Okay, sorry.
NYSC started in 1973.
73, okay.
So I just got a message here from someone who was a U.S. captain, a captain of the U.S. Navy.
Okay.
Said he actually came back to serve in 2014. And so nobody has an excuse not to serve.
Well, clearly the law is the law.
The law is the law.
About all of this, but, pardon me, but it also speaks to a wider challenge of certificate racketeering. There are those who are suggesting new methods. Should we have a separate process? Companies must demand for notarized certificates to curb racketeering, but I'm not sure that works because you have to go to the NYSC to check. It's as simple as that.
But companies, government, everybody, they check the certificates now. So it is for us to make it seamless. I'm sure in other climes, once Mrs. Adeosun's profile was rising, somebody would have checked. Somebody from the NYSC. I'm not blaming the NYSC. We're all just learning. And it's from experience as the best teacher. But somebody should have taken an interest and checked. Do you know?
But when you speak about if this were to go the whole hog, how is Ogun State House of Assembly, the DSS, how do they come into facing the music in this case, or the law?
That's the investigative part of it. If and when a thorough investigation is carried out, we will know how this whole thing will end.